Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Cracked Open Games and Toys. Today we are checking out the brand new Studio Series Leader Class Soundwave. He includes the 3 tape cassettes. We'll take a look at those. And I actually have a 4th we'll be taking a look at as well, a little Red Frenzy. I have the blue one as well, so we'll put all his tapes together and look at Rat Bat too. So we have the full tape set going on. But yeah, just want to give you guys a look at this. I was lucky enough to find them at my Walmart tonight, along with Big Convoy. They had both of those, so I'll be posting reviews of both of these guys in the upcoming days. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a 360 look of Soundwave, and then we'll get it unboxed and check out the robot mode. Alright guys, let's go ahead and crack this bad boy open so we can take a look at him. Alright, let's take a look at everything we get in the packaging real quick, then I'll clean all this up. We are going to get our Soundwave figure, and oh my gosh, he feels amazing right out of the package. Put him off to the side. We got our tapes, we got our Ravage, our Laserbeak, and Buzzsaw. And here is all our bag of miscellaneous junk. Let me clean this up really quick, and then I'll go through how to put all the accessories on. Okay, let's take a look at the accessories. As far as Soundwave goes, he's going to get his traditional shoulder cannon. There we go, let's plug that guy in. And he's going to get his gun. And that should have a slider. Yeah. Shot from the back. Go. And he looks good. Okay. Then as far as all these little accessories, we've got, I think these should be probably identical for the 2 bird tapes. Got those guys, which will peg into their robot modes. Okay, and we can actually make these little backpack pieces too. These pegs are going to face backwards, and then the guns will connect on the sides. And we can make these for both Buzzsaw and Laserbeak while we're putting all accessories together. These won't plug together until they're in the robot modes or bird modes, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, that is the little attachable accessory part here for those guys. This tailpiece kind of is going to stick towards the back, and then you're going to flip your missiles forward. And you want the hollow bits probably on the bottom so those don't stick out. And this will plug into the back of Ravage when we're all set. So there's all our accessories all set up and ready to go once we get them transformed. But next we'll take a look at Soundwave in his robot mode. Alright, let's take a look at the articulation, and then we'll come back and do a full 360 on him with the turntable. As far as the head goes, we do have a full rotation 360 here on a ball joint. This little guy here, his little missile cannon, whatever, this is only going to swivel around just because it's not on any type of hinge there, it's just on the rotating peg. So you're just going to get the 360 rotation there, no up or down movement. As far as the arms go, you're going to get a full 360 at the shoulder, as well as all the way out to there. Just a little bit due to transformation, but that is crazy gracious that they gave him that much. You do have a double jointed elbow, so that can give you all the way up to there for some really cool poses and stuff. And we do have rotation at the wrist as well as opening and closing hands. So, you know, this is what I expect out of a leader figure. They should have all that articulation there. As far as the legs, we do get, if you move these panels up and the hip skirt back, we are going to get all the way back to there, as well as all the way forward to here. From the outside to there. And these guys, just due to the transformation, just keep collapsing on themselves, but that's okay. I just got to stop pushing them in. And as far as the ankles go, you're going to get all that rocker, plenty gracious, and due to the transformation, you get a full 360 at the ankles as well. So really a lot of room for posability there. Super articulated, and he does have a, due to the transformation, he does have 360 at the waist as well. No crunch or anything like that. And he does have the spring-loaded chest. So if you press this little guy here, just like the G1 version, it opens, and you can go ahead and take one of your tapes and pop that into Soundwave here, and you're good to go. I think he looks really awesome with the tapes inside his chest. Just some height measurements real quick off the bat before we go into rotation and splice set sound. He stands right about 7 inches, and these tapes in tape mode are going to be like 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. Yeah, 1 3/4 inches there for the tapes. And yeah, just about 1 inch tall, maybe a little over than that. Yeah, just a little bit over 1 inch tall. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at him on the turntable. And as always, guys, let's take a quick look at the instructions here, so you have a reference of the whole manual. And this one's kind of offset a little bit, so you might have to pause it if you really need to look at those. Just the way they laid this out is kind of awkward here. It goes in like a staggered format. All right. Yeah, let's just do halfsies at a time. All those tape transformations. And yeah, Soundwave was only on that first page here. They're just showing you to flip over that bottom flap, and then they're going into the tapes themselves. So really easy transformation for Soundwave, super impressive. And just one page for both the birds. All right, cool. Let's take a look at the transformation. All right, let's get started with this transformation. And again, just going step by step with the instructions. We're just going to straighten out these arms and then flip them out to these sides. These panels will then open up, and you can flip the wrist in and then flip the whole panel up. And we'll just do that on both sides. You can then bring the arms down, and we'll come around to the back. And also pop this guy off the shoulder. Now these two flaps on the backpack are just going to rotate out, and then this whole section will be able to detach. And we'll flip his head in, and then we can close this back up. And then we can plug his little batteries in back here, and it probably doesn't matter which you do it to, but I'm just doing it. Just his little missile one goes on this side according to the instructions, and then his gun, we just accordion that back in, and then we can plug in this side as well. And you kind of have to angle them just a little bit, but not too much. They'll slide in at that point. Cool. You can then push these flat back, and then they do have pegs on the batteries themselves, so you can just push those in. It's not like a super secure connection or anything, but it does help. And then we can unhinge at the shoulder piece here and rotate the arms back. Same thing on both sides. Go ahead and rotate at the waist. We can open up this flap, and then there's going to be 2 additional little flaps that come out from underneath it. And we can start working on the legs now. And there's a couple panels here on each leg. There's a top panel and a bottom panel. We can just open all this stuff up. And on the feet, we have these little flaps that will come out like that. You can then spin the feet around and push them into the legs. A little bit of a tight clearance there, but not too bad. And then, like I was saying earlier, these panels on the front, these get pressed in to make that flat as well. At this point, you're going to want to close these bottom panels on the legs. Make sure to leave these top ones up because they are going to complete that look for the cassette player. We are going to rotate at the thigh here and then bring this section up. This is going to tab in here then. There's a tiny little tab section here, and here is the tab. And you just need to kind of get it aligned properly there, and it does take some force to press in, but that's it. You just want to make sure you got it aligned before you apply that force. Same thing on this side. Rotate it at the thigh, then angle it up at the knee. And same thing, you just want to make sure that here is the little tab section here, that is aligned with the tab. And once you do that, you can give it a little force and press from the other side as well, since you got that in place now. We're all good there. Flip this down to complete that front panel. If you don't keep these flipped out, then you'll have a gap here, so watch out for that if you get to this point. Come around to the back, and there's just one other thing that they don't show you in the instruction manual. And just to show you, you're going to want to, there are tab slots right here and on the forearm here to tab the forearms into the legs. So there you go. Same on this side, tab, forearm tab, and there we go. And he does create a very well put together cassette mode. All right, let's check out all the tapes. And we can start with Laserbeak, who's actually in there right now. So these are super simple, very much reminiscent of the G1 tapes. So all we really need to do for these guys is we're going to start by popping out the wings on both sides. We can then rotate the feet. We can move the wings back. And then we're going to, a little difficult, we don't have fingernails, but we're going to pop out his beak. Almost done. Then you got to grab one of those backpacks you made earlier when you put the accessories up, and they just have little posts and 2 little post holes there that you plug those into. And we'll rinse and repeat for buzzsaw. And finally, we have Ravage. Ravage is probably the most interesting one, but I don't know, I like the Bird's alt modes better, but Ravage has a pretty interesting transformation here. You can rotate this whole section. Got everything moving. Rotate those up. We'll rotate the shoulders down. And kind of prop this section up a little bit. And just hinge out his paws just a little bit. And for the back legs, we can then swing those guys up. Hold them down. And then this back section has a pin there. You can just kind of arch that a little bit to give him a little bit of a cat-like look. And then finally we're going to take this backpack with the missiles and tail contraption that we made earlier. Alright, so there's a slot right on top of his back there. You just take the missile tail thing that we made earlier, and we'll get right in. There we go, there's his little army. But yeah, as far as articulation goes with these guys, it's not much, just because of the hinges that they're on. You're not gonna be able to bend it up at all with the wing, but there is a slight bit of articulation that you can have, actually a double joint there at the middle wing part. If you want to do anything with his wings tilted down, you can do that. The legs, when they're in this mode, just because of the wings being back, you're not really gonna get any movement there. And the head is on a hinge, but unfortunately because of this plastic here, it's not going to go as far forward any more than that. It's going to go back to about there, and then the head can look up all the way and has, you know, pretty good range looking down. And as far as Ravage goes, he does have that little bit of articulation. I guess you could call that like a stomach cruncher or something, just to give him that kind of cat-like arch. He does have an adjustable tail in the back, so that's pretty sweet. Each of these legs is on a individual hinge, so you can position those how you like. And then the shoulders are also on a bit of a rotation. You're not going to get full 360, but a little bit there. And they'll also go all the way out to the side to that point. So quite a bit of articulation on this little dude. He cannot move his head at all, just due to the nature of the transformation. That is about all you're going to get, so that's probably why they added that little bit of a back arch in there for him, because unfortunately that is what you get. Alright, let's take a look at a few comparisons, and we're going to do Soundwave comparisons. So here is the old core class Soundwave. Next up we got, this was a great figure for a long time. This is the Walmart now Ultra Yellowing edition of Soundwave, and that's just really unfortunate. But I think you could probably, if I really wanted to, take a paint pen and go in there and hit all those. But you can see even on the side here, this is all blue plastic that is actually yellowing too. And yeah, you can see it kind of throughout. That's all these blues up here and everything are just getting attacked by the oxidation there. That's insane how bad some of these, and this has just been in my display, so I didn't really, you know, take this out to check on it at any point up until now. But yeah, that's all oxidation. That's like the old Super Nintendos would get on there, and it's just whatever plastic they use, because you can see some gray plastic in his forearms. It isn't happening to, but all the other stuff, yep, this is the gold special edition. That's just really unfortunate, but it is what it is. And here is MP Soundwave. Let's angle that up a little bit. So yeah, he's I can't remember what MP comes in. It's about a foot. About 9.5 inches for the Takara MP. And yeah, that would be really unfortunate if this thing started to yellow anywhere. Nope, all just painted plastic. Still a really nice figure. Some things I really like more over the 86 version. Man, looking them both together, just the silhouette here is amazing. It looks right out of the animation. It's a bit more simplified, where I know they were going for a more detailed style with this, and I still really like this a lot too, with all the chrome hits and everything that are in there. But you can see on the sides too, like all this hip kibble here, gone. This is all gone from this little dude. And he just looks like he is so much more like ready to step out of the cartoon animation than this guy was. And I understand that there are two different lines that they're coming from, and looking for two different things, but you can really see like how we've improved in 10 years, over 10 years between these two figures. And that's just amazing, that looking at this one, that this is now what we have as mainline. That is just crazy to me, because it just looks excellent, even next to what I thought was just before, just like the ultimate version of Soundwave. And it wouldn't be a review if we didn't put these guys next to each other. You got to have your commanders next to each other. There you go, your leader and your commander. So just looking at these two, what just jumps to mind that we need? Man, we need an 86 Shockwave so bad, to have Megatron, the updated Soundwave, and a Shockwave next to each other. That's, I think, really what we need to see. Maybe in 2026 they'll give us an 86 Shockwave finally. That'd be amazing. We have Frenzy Red. So I don't know what you call these guys. I think I referred to this guy when I was little growing up. I think I called him Rumble and this guy Frenzy, but they've been inaccurately displayed so many times it really doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and crack this guy open to finish off this set. Alright, and here is the instructions for this guy. Again, both Frenzy and Rumble are going to be identical. Our Hasbro junk. So to get him into tape mode, what we're going to do is put his arms out to the side, and we can rotate back. And it's been a long time since I messed with these dudes. And then flip his arms in, and same thing on this side. Let's come around back to his head and just flip that guy in. Then we're going to take his arms and angle them upward. Flip his legs out to the side. Easier said than done. There we go. And you can kind of angle these up at this point and compress them, and then we can arch these in a little bit. Shoulder, and then just flip in the toes. Pretty easy transformation. There we go. Guess I could have flipped that head around the other way so he's not peeking out there in tape mode, but there we go. That's probably a little more official like that. Sweet. So we'll flip this guy back and get him all decked out with his weapons and everything. Alright, and to get him all decked out with his accessories, what we're going to want to do is, same as the process to get him into tape mode, you're just going to want to flip out his arms to there, tuck in the hands again, And we'll come around to the back, and we can take his little guns and peg them right in to his back. And as far as the hammers, ground pounders, whatever you want to call these things, at this point they can just attach onto the hands, forearms, slide them in there. Same on the other side. Oh, there you go. Paint's just a little tight on those guys. But yeah, there we go. And on this blue guy here, I had him rotated around to the back just to hide that ball joint. And I mean, that's just as easy as flipping them upside down. And you're going to have to reattach in this direction to hide those joints. But once you do, then those ball joints are hidden. I think that looks just a little bit nicer like that. And then we got his whole militia here. And I don't remember if these guys ever came out, but man, I would really like to see these dinos again in some form. And these are just my old G1 versions. You can see like they're faded and stuff at this point, but man, it would be cool to have these dinos with him too. But there you go, there's the full militia as we have it right now. Be back with some final thoughts. Alright guys, so this has been a look at Studio Series Leader Class 86 Soundwave. In my opinion, probably the best figure we've had in 86 since Megatron. I really, really like this guy. I think it's a great deal that you not only get, he's a little bit bigger than a Voyager, just slightly, but you get a nice figure, a nice base figure, and you get 3 of the tapes as well. If you've been collecting these tapes as they've come out, you may also have Rat Bat and the other Frenzy and Rumble that came with individual packs and then the Perceptor pack. If you have those and you've been collecting these, then you've got an awesome set here all together with Soundwave. I would really hope that they keep making the little tape cassettes and we get even more of them in the future, which would be amazing. But as it stands right now, I think you are looking pretty good with this Soundwave and this set of tapes. So yeah guys, highly recommend this set. If you can find them right now at the current price points around 50 to 55 bucks, definitely pick them up. Those prices are probably going up to, I think, around 62, 65 come sometime next year. So get them while you can if you can find them. Alright guys, until next time, remember to like and share. Leave a comment down below if you got any questions for me and I'll make sure to get back to you. If you are interested in subscribing, definitely check out some of the other content I've got on my channel. If this is the type of content that you're into and looking for more of, definitely consider subscribing. So thank you guys so much for watching this video today, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care and have fun.